It's been one roller coaster ride for Steve Harvey. First, there were rumors about him swooping in to steal the late, great Bernie Mac's role. And that's not it. Apparently, his marriage with Marjorie Harvey hit some rocky shores with allegations of her cheating on him. The plot thickens with none other than the fierce Monique calling Steve out. She's been on the warpath, claiming she got blackballed by Steve's buddies Oprah and Tyler Perry. She's accusing Steve of being a complete coward for not having her back. Monique's got a bone to pick, and she's not holding back. But here's the kicker. It seems like even the public thinks Steve might be getting a taste of his own medicine. Some say karma is returning to haunt him for his past actions. As Monique suggests, is he a two-faced guy, or is it just the universe balancing the scales? Either way, the gossip mill is working overtime, and Steve Harvey's in the eye of the storm.
Hey, my sweet babies, and happy Friday, my loves. So I had to come on here this morning because something happened this morning, and I want to share it with y'all, right?
This is Monique, man. I'm telling you,
Baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem.
Oh, you have been a problem.
Well, Steve, okay.
What was it? Let's go.
Let's go.
You started getting labeled as difficult.
Yes.
Why do you believe that happened, and do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult, my husband and I, and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And
it all started during the heated Precious Awards campaign, where tensions reached their boiling point. Rumor has it that the trouble began when Monique refused to promote the film without compensation, going against the advice of esteemed director Lee Daniels and producers Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. The feisty comedian stood her ground, opting to prioritize her family over jetting off to the glamorous Cannes Film Festival to drum up publicity for Precious before the intense 2009-10 awards season. As if that wasn't enough to stir the pot, things took a turn for the worse when discussions about financial compensation arose. Monique claimed to have received a mere $50,000 for her remarkable work on Precious, which left her Lionsgate representatives pressing for her to fulfill promotional obligations. Monique recalled all that drama. I said, Oprah, I'm doing a talk show, I'm doing a comedy tour, I have a husband, and I have babies, I have a little bit of downtime, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'm not going anywhere because I'm not obligated to go anywhere. I've done my part, so we mutually agreed to disagree. That was it. Next thing I know, I am considered difficult and hard to work with. The simmering feud between Monique and director Lee Daniels has taken a shocking turn, with the Oscar-winning star of Precious revealing explosive details about their strained relationship. It all began with Monique's eyebrow-raising acceptance speech at the 2009 82nd Academy Awards, where she failed to mention Daniels, the director behind her award-winning performance. Since then, Daniels and Monique have been mired in a bitter and highly publicized feud that has left Monique mysteriously absent from the spotlight. However, she claimed to have been blackballed by Steve Harvey and other famous entities of Hollywood who blamed her alleged demands and difficult behavior during the 2010 awards season. Monique pointed fingers at Daniels, suggesting that he had commented about her failure to campaign for the film. However, in a shocking revelation during her appearance on the popular U.S. breakfast show, Good Morning America, Monique seemed to shift the blame entirely onto Daniels. She hinted that it was the director of Precious, the butler, and the paperboy himself who had orchestrated her alleged blackballing, leaving no room for doubt about their ongoing animosity. I had no idea I'd been blackballed because I don't think that Hollywood has turned its nose up to me, said the actor, suggesting someone had decided to teach Monique a lesson because she's not playing the game. Since Monique had already messed up with the Hollywood elites, she found herself in hot waters after it started speculating that she was difficult to work with. In a truly scandalous twist, it has come to light that Monique, already a victim of career sabotage, has now been dealt another devastating blow by none other than Oprah Winfrey. It has emerged that Monique's brother, Gerald, was the perpetrator of inexpressible abuse against her during her formative years, from the ages of 7 to 11. The gravity of this heinous act is enough to make anyone's blood run cold. As a result of his awful actions, Gerald was rightfully sentenced to 12 years behind bars because not only did he assault his sister, but another girl as well. It is no wonder that Monique struggled to come to terms with such a traumatic experience. However, what follows is even more disturbing. When Monique had the courage to tell the truth to her parents, Hoping for love and support, she was met with disbelief and denial. Her parents were simply not ready to accept the horrifying reality. In an unimaginable twist of betrayal, Oprah Winfrey herself invited Gerald as a guest on her show in 2010. Yes, you heard that right. The person who championed women's empowerment had the audacity to provide a platform for Monique's abuser. And if that weren't enough, Oprah also extended an invitation to Monique's parents, further adding fuel to the fire. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Monique opened up about the strained relationship with Winfrey, revealing a deeply disturbing incident from 2010 that shattered any remaining trust between the two. According to Monique's account, Winfrey approached her shortly after her Oscar win with a shocking proposition. Winfrey informed Monique that her brother, who had admitted to molesting her as a child, wanted to appear on Winfrey's show to discuss how parents can protect their children from predators. Winfrey then asked Monique if she wanted to participate in the show, claiming that her brother wanted to apologize. Monique, taken aback by the request, refused to be a part of it, expressing her disinterest in Winfrey. However, she reluctantly gave Winfrey her blessing to tape the show with her brother. Little did she know the depths of the betrayal that awaited her. Monique was horrified to discover that Winfrey had brought her abusive brother onto the show and invited her parents. The revelation left Monique reeling, feeling a profound sense of betrayal from someone she once considered a friend. This shocking incident further fueled the already strained relationship between Monique and Winfrey, leaving us all wondering how deep the rift truly runs.
On Monday's Oprah show, Monique's older brother Gerald comes clean about sexually abusing his sister.
Why do you want to be here today, Gerald?
I'm here today to first acknowledge what I've been in denial for 37 years. And that is, I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her. And for that, I apologize, and I'm humbly sorry.
2 years ago, Monique revealed she had been molested by her brother and used that pain to give her Oscar-winning performance in Precious.
According to Monique herself, Oprah attempted to extend an olive branch by offering an apology, which was a vague and non-committal one. The apology, or lack thereof, was along the lines of, "If I've done anything to offend you, I apologize." Oprah's attempt at reconciliation seems flat, leaving much to be desired. One would expect a heartfelt apology after such a severe breach of trust, but it appears that Oprah may have underestimated the depth of hurt she caused Monique. It's not just Oprah she's got beef with. Now it's spilled over to her old pal DL Hughley. These two comedians have been at each other's throats over conflicting contract disputes, and it's become one hot mess. Monique didn't stop at DL, though. She dragged Steve Harvey into the mud as well, accusing both of them of spreading falsehoods about her during a sit-down interview between the kings of comedy. In a jaw-dropping Instagram live session that lasted an hour, Monique and her husband, Sydney Hicks, spilled all the tea. She confessed that her onstage rant about Hughley was completely intentional, and it wasn't just about contracts and headlining gigs. And let's not forget about Hughley's claim that Monique attacked his family during her comedy routine. Her hubby jumped in to clarify that the roast was directed squarely at DL himself, with no mention of his family. But it doesn't end there. They even delved into the legal nitty-gritty. Monique and Hicks broke down the difference between a contract and a deal memo, with the key distinction being enforceability. They say Hughley hasn't provided any contracts with legal signatures, leaving us all wondering who's got the real receipts here. It looks like the Monique versus Steve Harvey saga just keeps on sizzling. These two have been butting heads for a while now, and it all started with that fiery showdown back in 2019 when Monique appeared on the Steve Harvey show. They had a heated debate about her claims of being blackballed, and let me tell you, sparks were flying.
Monique, let go and let God. Let go and let God. They have taught niggas to be so motherfucking fearful and just give it to God. Let go and let God. So I kept hearing this shit over and over and over again. So I said, well, let me let this shit go and let me give it to God. And you know what God did? He gave it right the fuck back. He said, bitch, I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking cones. Steve Harvey, DL Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking cones.
But that was just the beginning. Harvey later apologized for losing his cool during the on-air spat, and Monique insisted that the TV version was heavily edited to make him look better. Fast forward to now, and it seems like the feud is still alive and kicking. When Monique threw shade at Steve during her recent stand-up performance, he couldn't stay silent any longer. The man himself took to his morning show to fire back at the former late-night host. "Let me just open by saying I could care less than about what you think about me because clearly, I'm not your problem," he frankly stated. And you know what? Anyone who knows me, who really knows me, can't even make that statement. You're trying to sound profound now, but really, girl.
What? Excuse me, Monique?
Let me just open by saying I could care less than about what you think about me. Because clearly, I'm not your problem.
What you called you, a coon?
Yeah, I
You know
like
what?
that.
And anyone who knows me, who really knows me, can't even make that statement. That you trying to sound profound now, but really, girl.
Harvey later shared his thoughts on the feud between his fellow comedians and explained the business of comedy. So, knowing what Steve and his pals have done to Monique, do you think it is all karma that Marjorie cheated on Steve with his bodyguard, William Freeman, also known as Big Boom?